Welcome to Beyond the BS podcast. I'm Ben. We've got Jack, Mark, and Tristan. And for our first question today, it's a pretty simple one. Just what's better, pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
French toast.
Waffles.
French toast is not an option.
Yeah, it's not an option,
No,
bro.
I think
Also,
I think
French
waffles.
toast is garbage.
Yeah, French toast is hot ass.
It's literally garbage. It's egg toast.
I think
Egg toast. That's a fucking amazing way to put it.
I think waffles are really good because you know what's really
Waffles.
satisfying. You know you pour like the syrup in all the little holes of the
And it goes in the
waffles.
holes. Yeah.
that's
Donkey.
Personally,
Donkey
I don't
from
pour
Shrek.
syrup.
Donkey from Shrek was never like, no, Donkey from Shrek was never like, you know what? We're making pancakes. No, because no one's like that.
What the fuck was his joke? Like the yogurt parfait shit? That was funny.
Nah, he was like, I'm making waffles. Like,
I mean, waffles are just honestly a lot easier to make.
And
They are
you get-
pretty difficult to clean up, but
You
you
eat
know,
a-
with a pancake, you could burn it and stuff. But with a waffle, you just put batter in the waffle maker, wait for the light turn green, and boom, you've
See-
got the best breakfast out there.
Where I come in is when you have a waffle. Okay, when you have a pancake, it's like cakey and really, it can be really dry sometimes. When you have a waffle though, it's like crispy on the outside and like cakey on
Soft.
the inside.
But
That
you
shit's
can make a
valid.
really killer pancake.
elaborating on that, the pancakes, like, it's a 50-50 between it being soggy or it being really dry. I don't like.
Let's
Eventually-
just assume that like all the people listening know what a bad pancake tastes like and what a good waffle
Because
tastes
if you're
like.
eating, see, but when I have pancakes, I'll experiment. I'll put stuff in, and when I have waffles, it's just waffles and syrup, nothing else.
Have you never have you ever when you're making in like the pancake maker you put like some strawberries or some like shit like that? You never done that?
Speaking of the strawberries, when you guys go to IHOP, do you touch the syrup? They give you like any of the extra, like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I can't remember.
If you
the last time I went to
if you
IHOP.
take the water they give you and put the strawberry syrup in and mix it, it's actually tasty.
Okay, that's kind of whack, and I don't really know how you figured out to do that.
I
but
saw it
I
on I
believe
saw it
you.
on TikTok, and then I did it when I went to IHOP with my dad.
All right, well I think we all agree that waffles are better.
Yeah,
Look,
I think
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna say,
waffles.
the
Put in the
best
comments what you
pancake
think is better.
worse. The best pancake could never live up to a decent waffle.
that's
agree with
facts.
that.
I
That's how you
mean,
put it. That's how you put it right there.
I mean,
Also,
if you were
you're-
in
you-
an aisle in the frozen aisle and you choose the Eggo pancakes or the Eggo waffles, you're losing your mind.
Mm-mm.
That's
Eggo
disgusting.
Any-
waffles are
Any
so
frozen
good.
breakfast, frozen breakfast food can just leave. It's
no, I'm
horrible.
just saying like
Dude,
hypothetically.
Eggo waffles are so
Eggos
good.
are nasty.
Eggo
Nasty.
waffles are so good. You don't even have to cook them. Like you can straight up
You
just eat them frozen.
Eat them frozen.
Oh,
Ew, what the
Stranger
hell?
Things. Stranger Things. What's her name? 11. She ate frozen Eggos.
Bro,
Yeah.
no,
I mean, you don't eat the
no,
regular
no.
ones frozen. You get like the
She also-
cinnamon toast
frozen
ones
breakfast
She
frozen.
food
also
sucks
lifted
ass.
cars
That
with
shit
her
is-
mind and had a nosebleed every episode. So like, I don't think we could use her as like a benchmark.
All right, well, I think we end the debate there because like
Yeah,
waffles
better.
are
That's
better.
it.
But
Yeah.
on the note of Netflix shows, let's talk about Outer Banks. What an amazing
That show is gas.
That
okay.
is so good.
One
I
of
love
the
it.
best shows I've watched in a little bit, honestly, and it couldn't have come at a better time with quarantine.
Still
I-
haven't watched it.
Mark, get
Really?
on that. It's so good.
Get on that.
Go
Can we
on,
talk
wa-
about like Avatar coming back to Netflix though?
I
I don't
haven't
think
watched
Jack or
that.
Mark have watched that, but I know
I've,
Tristan
I've
has.
touched it a little bit. I've watched the first season. It's really good. You know, brings back some
Um,
childhood like Cartoon Network memories. It was good.
Can you?
To be
Can you
honest, though,
believe-
I think quarantine really was so good for Netflix because I think they were kind of falling off, and I think just like they kind of popped off during quarantine
They
because
added
like
I think-
so many shows.
I think Hulu was the superior streaming site before quarantine.
I think Tiger King really just brought them back and made everyone start talking about them again. And from there, they just haven't had a bad show come out since.
I actually haven't finished
Yeah.
Tiger King. I'm still watching.
and
it.
like I don't watch this because I think this is more of a feminine show, but Riverdale, season 3.
Oh yeah,
that
Riverdale's
hit.
for all like the white girls. I'm just saying.
So, but yeah, can you like Netflix has really been popping off with the stuff they've been bringing back. Like Avatar is all over TikTok right now.
Yeah,
Everyone
I see
is
them a
watching
lot.
that show. Like,
If-
so much stuff on it.
You know what I saw recently on TikTok? Like it was like the trend that just popped up, like the light skin, like slow-mo trend. That's so
Yeah.
funny to me. I love it.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they got some funny stuff on there, like the food companies. like
yeah.
a random tweet.
I've also
I
seen.
don't really know how to quite explain it, so this is kind of a poor example.
Oh,
But I
yeah,
feel like
like
if you
the.
guys have watched TikTok, then I think you'll know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about.
don't know if you guys have seen it, but like there's these TikToks of like food companies like just
I
saying
know what
like
you're talking about.
like their
Yeah.
lines, but like sad, and they just kill themselves. It's very funny.
Yeah,
Like it sounds
Target would
dark, but
say-
it's so funny.
Target would say like, "Why am I always the target?" And then there would be a sign
Oh, I
that
thought
says
you meant
Target on it
similar
falling
to
off
how
some
like
steps or
I,
something.
I thought you meant similar to how PlayStation tweeted out like um 20 years ago, and when their first console came out, and then Xbox commented congrats, and then PlayStation was just like shut the fuck up.
There was this really funny one where it's like the goldfish one. It was like I just can't smile back anymore, and the goldfish box just fell off his roof. Very funny.
Yeah, that's quality content.
To be honest, TikTok's been lacking lately though. I feel like it's not that interesting anymore.
I
There's
haven't
like
really been able to watch it lately. My
Mm.
phone broke a couple days
main
ago.
creators are just not like the Charlie video on the Black Lives Matter movement. I hate to say this, but I kind of laughed because like she just was. It looked like Mark D'Amelio was like forcing her to do this like
we're
shoot.
getting into whack territory.
All right, I'll stop. I'm just saying that.
Gonna
like,
have to cut this part out.
okay,
Just
fine.
let him talk. Let him talk.
I'm just saying
Yeah, bro,
like
this is wrong.
main creators are lacking. Like they're not putting out like good content in my opinion. It's just the same shit over and over again.
I feel like every creator talking about current events that have been happening in the world just really makes no sense to go on their page when the next video is them dancing to Doja Cat. It
Doja Cat.
Can we
I-
talk about Doja Cat for a second?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
Can we talk about the infamous "I'll show you my boobs" tweet if Say So hits #1?
But you
and
know
then
what
when
she-
people were all like, "Show me your boobs,"
she
called
shut
people
down the
Fortnite
kids. She shut down the kids. They were all Fortnite kids asking for that.
No, if you honestly streamed Say So thinking that she was gonna show your boobs, I don't really know what you expected, but
I mean, honestly, that song is not the best.
It's not
to
good.
anyone-
like her
to
music.
I
anyone-
saw a video of some little blonde, like this blonde kid on TikTok. He was like, "Doja Cat, I cannot believe you did this." It was his.
I mean,
Go follow
to
King
anyone
Carp on
who-
TikTok right now.
to anyone who wanted to see her quote unquote boobers,
They've been leaked multiple times.
you are way too young to want to see them.
You're under 18.
Yeah.
You're under 7.
So I think like we could do a quick like 10 to 20 minutes about like video games right now. All right. I think we should start with Fortnite because
So,
like that game,
Fortnite?
in my opinion, is dying like fast.
No,
For
Actually,
sure.
I
Nah,
think-
the community has suffered a lot over the past couple of years.
Like it used to be
ever
so
since, like,
good.
Yeah, it's a
I
fact.
stopped playing around like season 5.
Man, I
and
want to
ever
get in an
since then-
argument with you on this, but like when I came over to your house once, you were playing season 5 Fortnite on your Switch.
Yeah, that's like around when I stopped playing.
Ah,
the week
okay,
after
okay,
that.
Yeah, got you,
Yeah.
got you, got you.
And I feel like the community now is almost similar to Minecraft in 2016 before it had its resurgence. And
No, I feel
Minecraft
like-
is a great game, but I feel like people forget that before it had its big resurgence last year, everyone shat on that
Yeah,
game.
everyone was
I
like, "You're
feel
only
like
a little kid if you play
PewDiePie-
that." Go,
I
Mark.
feel like PewDiePie did a lot. Thank you. I feel like PewDiePie did a lot for that game, bringing it back.
I completely
um,
agree.
As well as other creators who I think we all grew up watching. But I just think that to see what Minecraft has done and the time that it's been around, for it to still be relevant in today, with it being more than 10 years old, is just honestly like a really proud achievement for them. And I feel like a game like that's something that just not many games can do. We really only see that with games like GTA and Minecraft in today's gaming world.
Yeah, I
But
think
Minecraft has been out since 2011, and GTA
Yeah.
is like 6 years old, I'm pretty sure. So Minecraft still has
I feel
3
like-
years up on GTA.
yeah,
And
Personally,
To
I
be
feel
honest,
like
I can't think of like one person who doesn't own Minecraft.
Minecraft.
I feel like Fortnite was just such a. Okay, in my opinion, like when Fortnite first came out, like my cousin showed me, and I wasn't that into it. But I feel like it was something new for everyone. Like it was a battle royale that was kind of new and different. It's like it's a more like cartoony game and more like you know what I'm saying.
It was
And-
a revolutionary game for when it came out. It
and I
introduced
think
building,
it definitely hit it.
introduced
think-
editing, it introduced a lot of things, and it was just a fun game to play. But
I
the
think-
thing is,
I think
once
a
it got
big
too
re-
competitive, it really sucked.
I mean, I think a
What
big
up?
reason why
Oh,
it took
shit.
off was because it was free to play, so everybody could play it, and it was purely skill. You couldn't just pay to win like in a lot of games.
Yeah,
So it really just kind of took off, and also it was really unique for the time. Like before that, you can't really think of a battle royale game that was that big compared to nowadays, where literally every single game I hear about now has battle royale.
We
That's
did
not always a bad thing, but
we
like,
did have
well, like-
PUBG before that.
Yeah, and
Like-
Black Ops 4 tried to do like that was like right after when it was when Fortnite was like really popular.
All right,
and
guys. So
Battle Royale
this
started-
this is Taylor. We were welcoming
This is
into the
Taylor.
podcast.
He's the 5th member. He's a cool guy. He's gonna be on here a lot. He joined a little late. Taylor, say what's up.
Oh, sorry, I was in a Fortnite scrim. But
Well,
like
he's
I
a little
said,
bead
like,
of sweat.
Black Ops 4 was like Blackout was like supposed to be really popular. Same with Apex, like that was right when Fortnite was at its peak, and Fortnite was like revolutionary when that like in PUBG, but Fortnite was huge. And
here's the
Blackout-
difference
Blackout was
between
hell.
here's the
unpopular
difference between
opinion.
Blackout and Apex and PUBG. Blackout was kind of just like copping out to get money off the battle royale mode, but PUBG and Apex were both legitimately good games that a lot of people enjoyed.
I'm gonna give you like a little piece of like my mind from Blackout. I did play it a little bit. I really enjoyed it. Like it really brought like the Black Ops 3 kind of vibe to a battle royale, and I enjoyed it a lot. The game itself was pretty bad. Like I hated like the way it worked. Like bullet travel was way too long. You couldn't really hit anyone from far away. This is why I like Fortnite a lot better, because it was more hit scan based on like
Yeah.
ARs and shotguns and stuff like that.
I feel like oh sorry, Mark.
Thank you. Just to reiterate what Ben was saying, I really do feel like if any game really did kick off this whole battle royale thing and make it to what it is today, I feel like it really was PUBG to start it off.
It was definitely.
And
And-
Fortnite came and just changed the game because PUBG never really had that cartoon aspect that made it like fun for kids.
Yeah,
Also,
PUBG was like
PUBG is-
revolutionized on like DayZ and H1Z1, which I played like a couple times with Jack on like PS4. H1Z1, it was
Wasn't
fun.
a fan.
Also,
It was, but
PUBG.
like it was pretty bad.
A lot less people played PUBG than Fortnite because PUBG is like $20. It's a lot
Yeah.
less.
It was
access-
when it first came out. It was $60. Like
$60, yeah.
for like a
It was retail video game price.
yeah, I know it was crazy.
Personally, Fortnite. If Fortnite didn't have skins or didn't charge money for skins, it wouldn't be where it's at. Not even close.
Yeah, no.
I think
Skins
was a
made-
genius
skin-
marketing idea.
Skins made that game. Kids played that game to impress other kids with skins.
You know,
I
When you
think-
talk about pro gamers, they played it for the game, and a lot of them played it for the money. But I
Yeah,
think
I
Fortnite
mean,
really just. I
if
think
you
Fortnite
were,
really
like-
just took
Yeah,
off.
Yeah.
if you're below the age of 10 and you had more skins than your friends, come on now, you were more popular. Let's be honest.
I don't think there was a single kid who in 2017 had the Skull Trooper skin and didn't flex it once to their friends in
yeah.
in math. But
I feel like if you didn't play Fortnite when 2018, 2019, or like early 2019, late 2018, you kind of were like out of like, I don't know what the word was, but like out of the I can't really find it.
Loop?
Out of the loop, yeah.
I think 2017 going into 2018 were the best years.
Yeah.
From around the time that the Skull Trooper was introduced in 2017, season 1 to like season 3, 4, up until like 5 and 6, where Thanos and Avengers started collaborating.
That was
Yeah.
season 4. That was season 4.
Season
Oh,
4 was
okay.
such a good season. Like Double Pump
But,
was
like-
out. They released Builder Pro for
Fortnite
console.
shit, Right, Mark.
It was so
It
perfect.
it also really showed that video games like Fortnite, which are free to play. Oh, by the way, Fortnite did so much for in the eyes of gamers for free to play
Esports.
games. Yeah,
Esports, it really opened a lot of people's eyes. Like everyone and their mom knows that you can actually make money off video games now off of Twitch.
Especially
know,
with Booga winning the
And
World
YouTube.
Cup.
oh my God, that kid won $3 million, only 16. Actually insane.
Got
But
taxed. It got taxed to 1.2.
I know. I want to touch on the subject on parents and esports earnings as kids because, like, I know, like, if I tried to do that as a career and quit school, my parents would kill me. Like,
Yeah.
Probably me too.
because, like,
Yeah.
I know it's possible, but it's just so hard nowadays to find the right game. Because if you didn't have a previous showing in previous games, or you just didn't start out at the very beginning, you probably aren't going anywhere unless
It's
a new game
also-
comes out.
It's also got to be a multiplayer game, Nobody really wants to sit there and watch you play like Uncharted or something.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
a great game.
Well, yeah, it's a lot about like the personality. Like some people will get a ton of money because of their rage or how like funny they are, or just entertaining in general. But like they have to bring something different, and it's hard to find a game that brings that something out.
It's also hard to add that something different to your personality when like playing a game because like especially I'm gonna bring up Delor for an example. He was a really funny
I was
like
gonna bring up the lore.
yeah, he was a funny rage Fortnite player, but like that's like people try to copy what he did and it just didn't really work out. Like they didn't gain the same following, And when he stopped raging when he played Apex, like just kind of lost a little bit of following from what I saw.
yeah. No, I think people really just subscribed to him and watched him just for the mere fact of like it was fun to see someone get that mad at something that didn't really matter.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
Yeah, he
but it
got
really
pretty
does.
mad.
It really does show you like you don't have to be like the greatest at a game. Like you don't have to be the ninjas of the world at a game to get a following and get support on it. You just need to have a bit of comedic humor.
Yeah,
You know,
coming.
I mean-
Oh, sorry. Go, Ben.
Sorry, but like, here's the thing with streamers though. You can be good, but if you have to be like really good to not be able to engage your audience really well. Like Shroud, you typically watch for like his really good gameplay, but some other dudes, they might not be the best at the game, but you watch them because they're like charismatic and
Larry
they can talk
Laserbeam.
to chat a lot.
Laser
People, like-
Beam is a wonderful YouTuber because like he's just funny for like American audiences and Australian audiences because like not only and
Well-
kid audiences for that matter because he's a Fortnite YouTuber.
For
But
for people like but for people like Americans who like don't like he definitely does use stronger language than someone like a ninja who's trying his
swears
hardest not.
often, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to get monetized and make money off of this, but Laser Beam, like, I don't know, at least for me, I get enjoyment out of watching his Fortnite or any of his content just for the pure fact of he really does look like he's enjoying and having fun with whatever he does.
Since we're on the Fortnite topic, I gotta give Fortnite credit just for the way it's able to bounce back. Like I know it's dying right now, but if anyone I play the game once in a while, and I do know that next season is gonna come out in the next 3 days. And
Yeah,
I feel
10
like
comes
every time people say that game is gonna die, a new update comes out, and I just feel like it's incredible how they can make so many people join the game back for another few weeks just off of one update.
I completely agree with that statement, but you know when I really thought the game would have died in season 10, like chapter 1 season
That was
10.
a horrible season.
That
yeah.
game like added so like it ruined the competitive scene, it ruined the casual, it like boosted the casual scene, but it like so many regulars were quitting at the time, like myself, and when the people were quitting in the competitive scene, so like there was only a few casual, like a few this is hard to say, but there were only like a few million people playing when there's usually like hundreds of millions playing.
Yeah.
To that note, also like talking
Like
about
y'all
Fortnite
gotta
dying.
think.
All right, how about we go Mark and then Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. To that note, talking about Fortnite dying, I really think like during this whole like pandemic, the fact that they were able to have such a good concert as they did with Travis Scott, working completely from home was just really amazing, and the fact that that brought back 12 million people to view it on the first day alone was just a really like epic experience. And
Yeah,
like he
tying
really
time. My bad. My bad.
no, you're good. Just
So
yeah, go.
my bad. All right. All right. So tying into the Travis Scott experience, if like over the beginning of like
The
fall this
concert was
year.
sensational. I'm just gonna get
Yeah,
that
that
out for
was
everyone that went
incredible.
in.
I mean,
I
that was the first time I logged on to Fortnite in like months.
If you
I thought that
didn't
was amazing.
enjoy
But I'm just
it,
gonna. I just want to say that I think I was just so in around October, Fortnite kind of just kept like uploading these black screens and kind of just like everyone thought the game was gonna die, and then they came out with like this whole new chapter, and it's just cool to see how like one update they do can cause like millions of people to join back in the game. So I feel like, in my opinion, Fortnite's never gonna die completely because every time there's an update, people are gonna get on, and that's enough for them to keep the game running. So
and even to this day, I hop on YouTube and I just see Fortnite stuff like Poggers, Drop Nate, all those like Fortnite clip YouTubers just coming onto my like recommended, and I always
like,
click
do
on
I think
them.
Fortnite is gonna hit as hard as Minecraft did? No, but I do think it's gonna be around for a little while still.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
I give
comparing
it 2 more years, and then Ben, you can go. Sorry.
comparing Fortnite to Minecraft is kind of tough though because Minecraft's just such a classic at this point. Like, it's the most sold game of all time.
Uh,
Like,
I thought it was
GTA.
Tetris.
no,
no,
I think Minecraft overtook it.
Minecraft, yeah, actually. And okay, I want to touch on the fact that I don't think any of us have any knowledge of it, but like Minecraft Dungeons came out, Minecraft 2, and I was like,
oh,
Yeah, I saw that.
I did
played
play it on
that a little
Twitch,
bit.
and it was actually a good it was a good game.
yeah,
Isn't it similar to like an RPG?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot
Like
similar
that.
to like I don't know, I
No,
don't know
in-
if you guys ever played like Final Fantasy. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like you get a team, and it's yeah.
Kind of like this is gonna be crude, but kind of like Pokemon in a way.
Yeah, but like you have all your people at once, you know.
It
Yeah.
does
I think
give
that's
me
more story mode.
vibes sometimes, but in terms of like Minecraft, like in terms of Minecraft Dungeons coming out, like with a lot of people thinking about like GTA 6 and Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out a couple years ago, a lot of people want sequels to like their favorite games from the past, but what I think Minecraft Dungeons did really well was it wasn't a Minecraft sequel. They really did good on making
It was
it
a
its
separate game. Yeah.
It was like a spin-off. It's like Mario Kart to New Super Mario.
I
you
also
know?
want
If
to.
I want
Uh,
to touch up
yeah.
on the last subject here for video games, unless y'all want to add something else. But
Oh,
feel
I
like
do
we can
want to
end
talk about like Epic Games after you go. Just what they're
Alright,
doing right
so
now.
This isn't the last thing, but I just let's all agree. It's a good game sometimes. There's some good mods, but Roblox is the bottom tier for
No.
all these games. This is the
Yeah,
top 5
sucks.
worst game of all time.
Well, I
Agreed.
disagree with you there because
I wouldn't
Roblox,
call it
if you
the
didn't
worst
really
game of all
play it,
time.
if you played it as a kid, it brings back old memories.
I
But
never
like
played that game.
some of the games that are out now, I'm very impressed with the creators of Roblox games because like they do so much. Like I went on this game Jailbreak with with 2 friends the
I
other
know
day
what
because
you're
we
talking
wanted to
about.
play, and it's just so cool seeing what they can do in like Roblox, like the studio.
It
It's
really
all-
is, but I've always kind of thought of Roblox as just worse Minecraft, even though I've
Yeah.
never even played it. I've just seen memes about it, but honestly,
I've wasted hundreds of dollars on Roblox.
I
You
didn't
know-
even know it's been out for that long.
The thing about Roblox is like I think what Roblox does that many other games don't do is Roblox isn't like a game in itself. It's
It's a
more
platformer
of a
for
platform
like
that
other
hosts-
games.
that hosts like player like
Yeah,
player
Roblox been out since it came out 2006.
yeah, not
Yeah, really, it's that
we were-
old.
yeah. And I feel
I
like
mean, it's not a good quality game. It's just a fun game to play sometimes. I don't
yeah.
like it, but
It's
I
just
mean, some people do.
it's kind of like any basic Flash game. You know, it is a lot bigger than them, but it does remind me of those in a way because it does get old quick. You
with
know,
the
once-
way,
Yeah.
with the way it is, it gives me cool math games vibes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
but okay,
If you
so
don't like cool math,
Yeah, it's a really fun school game, but I want to touch on the fact on what Epic Games is doing with their launcher. They're handing out like free AAA titles.
Yeah, like GTA 5, that's
GTA.
free now.
They handed
Um,
out Borderlands, the prequel, and Borderlands 2 for free. There's so many free games coming to the Epic Games launcher, and if I feel like if you're just not taking advantage of it when you're on PC, like why do you even have the launcher? There's so many free games that you can play.
Yeah, but the thing is with having a free game like GTA is that it also it also made the community a little bit worse because there are a lot more hackers now.
Yeah,
Like, I
and
don't play GTA as much as I used to, but now that if you get banned, you can just very easily make another account. It gives hackers a lot more freedom.
Yeah,
But
with the Epic Games account that I got, I learned how easy it is to mod and things because
But
modding
the
is so
whole
easy
thing-
now.
But the thing is with modders is they're not all bad, you know.
Yeah, I mod
Some of them
personally most of the
Some
time.
of them just do their own thing. I personally don't do it. I
With
feel like that takes the fun out of GTA because it's all
I
about the
feel
grind.
like the
It's
game's
one of
been
those
out long
games
enough
that
long enough now where. Sorry for interrupting
Yeah.
you, Ben. I feel like the game has been out long enough now where it's like, if you're getting mad about modders, you just probably should just get off the games, do something
Well,
else,
I
because it's
think-
been out for so long.
I think the
The
modders
fulfillment-
ruining servers are really annoying. Like the ones locking you in cages, the ones spawning planes, snow, all that annoying the servers and ruining things are really annoying. But people who are just adding RP, adding money, just
Make it
wanting to get the
snow.
game done stuff, they're not harming anyone. They're just playing the game how they want to play it with less of the time spent,
I personally feel that GTA is really all about the grind, you know? I mean, especially with games like that, if I cheat, I don't feel the fulfillment that I would doing something on my own. It's like building a big base in Minecraft survival mode and then building a big base in Minecraft creative mode. You're just so much more proud of it when you've done it in survival mode because you've actually worked for it.
Yeah, I agree. Marco.
So the thing, thank you. The thing about GTA and modding is I agree with Jack when he says, modders have been around for GTA to a point where it's honestly starting to feel like a staple. Like it would feel kind of weird to not have modders with GTA at this point, but it's like Minecraft in a way with the amount of mods that are with Minecraft just honestly make the game feel. It makes the game feel like I don't know. The game would feel weird without mods.
Yeah, because
Makes
all
it
the
feel
mods
more
that are out right now, especially the mod packs. I've been playing a mod pack recently called RL Craft on Minecraft, and it's really fun. And I couldn't imagine the game without these mods, because it just makes it so much more interesting. There's also this one mod that just makes the game run smoother, and I couldn't play the game without that mod, because my PC gets really loud sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like what Jack was saying earlier, to add on to that about GTA has been out for so long at this point that I feel like I've been getting half a million bonus added to my bank account every other week at this point.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're evening out to the modders to regular people because at this point every level ones are getting $500,000 deposited in their bank account almost on a monthly basis, if not a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Just real quick, to anyone who it does happen to, crawl upon this video, I just want to get it out there that we are trying to improve, but due to the circumstances that we're in terms of just COVID and everything, we gotta be safe. So we can't
really meet up in person.
Yeah, we can't all be in the same room.
Yeah, especially
Oh,
if
we
one of
do-
us have
we are-
crappy
we are-
mic qualities, then we can't
We
really
are
do
all
anything
good
about that.
friends, so when this ends, and let's pray it does soon, then we all should be able to meet up and the quality can get a little bit better. I just want to get that out there.
Yeah,
sure,
I will
yeah.
be happening to
I got a question for
meet
you
up.
all.
Oh, sorry, Taylor, you go.
Yo, what's up?
No, I was
Games y'all
gonna
playing right now.
Nothing.
nothing. I'm playing Subway Surfers on my phone. It's easy
Uh,
to talk over.
GTA.
On that
I
on
get
that
it, I
note,
get
let
what you're
on
getting
that
at.
note, let's talk about mobile games. I think it's a
Alright, so-
really good topic to talk
They're
about
okay.
for
I'm gonna be real here. Any free mobile game is typically either A, riddled with ads, or B, garbage.
no,
Speaking of-
Disagree.
no a free what do you mean by I think
Like,
Subway
Jetpack
Surfers.
Joyride.
Any game
is the
that's
best
been made
mobile
after
game of all time.
2018
I
fits into
agree
one
with
of
you
those
on that
categories.
actually.
Jetpack Joyride.
Like,
It's
I mean,
so
if you
good.
think of good mobile games like Bloons Tower Defense,
Egg
Plague
Inc.
Inc.
Egg Inc. Ben.
that
I
was
love
that was
that
made
game.
before 2018 though.
You know, I remember like playing. I played a little like actually this year, like or no, a year ago. I played PewDiePie's YouTuber Simulator. That was actually really
That's a
fun.
great
Yeah.
game.
I mean,
Yeah, but Ben, I got Egg Inc. back, and they added egg loading bots.
That game.
What's it called? I actually am really upset that they are now charging money for Minecraft Pocket Edition.
That's
They've
Oh,
been
yeah.
doing that for so long.
I've
No,
had
they
have.
I've had the game for a while.
They,
Oh yeah, what do you? That game's been $7 since it
that
came
game's
out.
been $7 for so long, Mark.
Oh, because I bought it in like 2013 when it was free.
no, I don't think it was
I
ever
don't
free.
really-
think
I didn't have a-
No, 'cause the first time I
I
bought
bought
it was
Minecraft Lite.
$24.
I didn't have a phone then.
I didn't either.
You know,
But honestly, $7 for Minecraft Pocket Edition, that's a good deal.
You can get
Yeah,
Minecraft Earth. You can get Minecraft Earth for free. I think what
Yeah.
Mark meant to say is
You can get
Minecraft.
Pokemon Go.
Minecraft Lite isn't a game anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon Go.
Great.
I
Game.
think people haven't really talked about that game since.
oh,
it had
that
its
game is
huge rise
genuinely
in the
dead.
summer of like what 2016.
You know who ruined that game for me? Ali A. Ali A became a Pokemon Go YouTuber, and it just made the game so artificial. Cause like, I
Before the
I
days
had
of
nothing,
Fortnite.
right? I had nothing. I had like my fucking 500 CP Ivysaur or whatever, and he had like his like 3,000 whatever. I don't even know the Pokemon names that he had, but he had so much stuff. It made it seem like he got them fake, you know, like the developers were giving him the Pokemon.
To be completely honest with that game, I loved it, and then Ben and me, Ben showed me this hack where you could walk the map without actually having to
Oh my
walk,
god.
Yeah,
and it
Dude.
found so many Pokemon.
yeah. And what you could do, I remember, because I did this on a separate account from my main one, was you could like type in coordinates, to the thing, and you could go on this website called like pokesnipers.com, and they give you the exact coordinates. You type in those coordinates, boom, you could very easily get a Lapras. And this is back when the game like first came out. So if you had a Lapras, you were a god.
Yeah,
But
there was a
pretty
lot of
easy
OP
to tell if you
Pokemon.
cheated,
You
'cause you
know,
could- just check
gyms
the
were the most annoying thing for me because like I've never actually taken over a gym because I've never actually had the best Pokemon.
The
But,
fact
like-
that the game never launched, like didn't launch with trading and battles against your friends, was really just a bad move. And also,
turn-off, yeah.
I think it should have launched with the traditional Pokemon turn-taking, like things. You know, I think it should have been exactly like a main series Pokemon game, except for the fact that you have to walk around for everything. I felt like there should have been levels instead of CP, and I felt like it should have been turn-based instead of just tapping, you know?
Yeah, I agree. But let's get off of Pokemon Go for a second, because like I do think we should like steer away from the video game talking for a little bit because we have been talking about it
Yeah.
for a while. I think we should go on like more.
I hope y'all enjoyed that little spiel.
Yeah, I mean, if there is anything you guys want to bring up, sure, Taylor, Mark, Ben, Jack, anyone, if you want to
Yeah,
bring up another
always,
game.
y'all can always leave comments in the comment section, just topics, and we'll definitely get to them.
Yeah, I think now is a good time to like talk about the pandemic that's happening and our like just what I think about it. I don't know if you guys
How we're
want to
being
give.
affected by it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's. I mean, I've been staying inside. I haven't really been interacting with people that much,
I think the
and honestly,
pandemic.
it's gotten kind
sorry.
of tough. A little bit, low key.
Oh yeah.
I think the pandemic
Yeah.
gave us inspiration to do this podcast because like we're going
Definitely.
True. That's true. That's
like
true. That's
the
true.
name. I think it was inspired from like a previous podcast we tried to do, but but like we are trying to like talk beyond the bullshit and like just give honest opinions and like what we think is like real and like not fake.
No,
you
I
know?
actually just. So, like, in terms of just the world right now, I actually just was going on Twitter to, and I kind of just came upon some good news. And every single state, the cases have gone down double from what they were in all 50 states. And every every single state now has had a peaceful protest for George Floyd. So that the two main problems in the
Things
world
in
right
the
now are
world,
starting to get
yeah.
better.
No. Oh, speaking of Twitter, by the way, do go and follow us over on Twitter at BTBS Podcast.
Yeah, I think it should be on the screen right now, but
Yeah. Tristan, if you could put that up.
What do you want me to put up? Sorry.
our Twitter handle's already there.
Yeah, our
should be-
Twitter handle, it's already there. So now I'm gonna actually never mind. But
Speaking about the corona, I think agreeing with Jack, I think at this point everything has been shut down for so long that there really is nothing that we can do. Like, even if you did want to go out, there's nothing fun is open, and restaurants are all closed unless you want to do
Nowhere
curbside
to
pickup.
go.
So it really does feel at this point like we are living in a new type of society, but
It's kind of crazy, you know.
This is the most
kind of flipped so quick.
Yeah, this is the most out of proportion event. Not out of proportion. This is just the most like life-changing event that I've ever experienced. Cause like I wasn't alive to experience like any wars or anything like that.
I did see a
It's
funny
all-
joke that you know the guy who released Gangnam Style?
yeah.
He's releasing Gangnam
Gangnam
Style
Style
2, and it's gonna save 2020, man. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
for sure.
Gangnam
dude.
Style 2 is gonna save
That would-
2020.
Bro,
Realistically, I was thinking
How
so
can
like
How can you improve upon perfection, though?
All right,
I-
let's
like,
hear
on a,
Jack.
on a serious note, like I was talking about this. I mentioned it to you guys the other night. Y'all kind of like laughed, but I don't mean to sound like that weird like giddy person, but like I really think the holidays could really save 2020 and just end it on a good note. Cause like the holidays is just it's just like a good time of year, and I feel like not including summer right now because we don't know what summer
Yeah.
holds. I feel like the holidays could like turn 2020 around and just make
I do
going into
think that
2021 a better year.
We don't know what's gonna happen around Christmas and stuff, though. That's like way too far away to predict. Because for all we know, this could get worse, or this could be gone.
yeah,
I
but
think
you
it'll be
do wanna
gone
hope
by,
that this
by
gets
the
better.
next year's school year, like by September. But
Um,
no, let me hear me out. I don't think this will be gone until maybe next like a whole year. But I feel like
personally feel like that COVID-19 will be something that's completely eradicated or the norm for people to have. Because if it gets big enough, then people will just have it and people become like stable with it, or there will just be no COVID-19. That's my
Kinda like the
opinion.
flu.
you are
Yeah,
starting.
it's like the flu.
You are
it'll grow into just be like another disease that just kind of
Yeah,
has
it's
to be
something
common
like
now.
I really think it shouldn't have been classified as a pandemic because like you could like without like a flu shot and stuff like that, sure, but I don't really like.
You have to take precautions when a new disease comes
Yeah,
around,
that's true,
especially the
that's
way it
true.
was spreading.
Yeah, no, I do have to
'Cause you,
say.
you do understand that when the flu first came around, the country probably went into panic as well.
Yeah, I just feel like the stay-in-home order was really helpful, you know? But I
Yeah.
think the pandemic order, like a global pandemic order, caused too much craze.
Yeah,
In
the
the
whole
world.
Trump speech where he was like,
I
Yeah,
have
he made it seem so serious.
he made
and I
it
got kinda
very,
scared.
very. It was serious though. There's so many people dying to it still today.
But I
Um,
think we need to stop focusing on the deaths, even though there are a lot of them, and kind of focus on the recovery rates a little bit, you know?
yeah, it's
Sometimes we
improving
need some
so much.
positive
That's true.
news.
Actually, so I have so I had COVID. Finally, my dad had it, and my aunt had it really badly. But the thing is, with my aunt is she's had cancer for over 20 years, and she got it to the worst degree. And there was a point in time where she only her lungs right now are pure white, and she can't get past 93% oxygen. She had to walk up and down her house with an oxygen tank just so she doesn't fall to COVID. She's battled numerous cancers for years. So, I feel like COVID can come in, and I have one of my friends who he had it and his dad had it. And his dad had it really bad and completely different symptoms, and he had it very minimal symptoms, but they both have the antibodies, and I have the antibodies. And so, I feel like it can hit different people in a different way. And I also feel like many people are vulnerable to it.
Yeah, going off of what you
That's just my
said.
opinion on it.
Yeah, going on to what you said, Taylor, is there's so many children, young children, below the age of 2 are very vulnerable people above the age of like 75 are very vulnerable.
I feel like it just depends on your pre-existing health conditions.
Exactly, and people with asthma are like extremely vulnerable, and I feel like people with asthma are protesting even when the virus is like, you know, like there are people who like from different like health backgrounds and ethnic I don't even know the word ethnicity coming to protest, and like that could cause like a new like resurgence in COVID-19. Like what if someone with COVID went out and protested? Everyone's like standing arm in arm like protesting, like that could cause a resurgence, you know? It's like unsafe.
I feel like the protests though have been very like they have been very good. Like you do see people without masks and people being very close and stuff, but I feel like from videos of peaceful protests, you do see a bunch of people wearing masks and they're all not huddled together. There's space in between them, and I feel like also to go back to the point of the White House and Trump making this so serious, I feel like that was needed, because even when he did make this serious, you see people out in Florida, 10-20,000 people you see just on a beach and partying without masks, and they don't care.
Well, I
So
think the more serious you make a topic, the more serious the world's gonna take it. So I feel like that was
Yeah.
I feel like the White House and the administration was right in the way they portrayed this virus for the most part.
Yeah, you know, speaking of like the White House and Trump, like him being reelected, like is like could be a huge benefit or a huge like disadvantage like for what's happened, like for like because like I don't think it's gonna help the protests if he's reelected, but I do think it'll help like COVID if he's reelected, because he's doing like not a bad job with like Dr. Fauci like getting it fixed and stuff.
Yeah.
But like people don't see him as an icon against like racism, you know. People think him as like a pro-racism kind of person.
I don't think he's a pro-racist, but I also think the statement he made earlier about his administration being the best for the African American community since Abraham Lincoln was a bad topic, especially considering we're just coming off Obama, which is the first African American president.
Yeah, I think people
away from politics. Oh, you go.
Oh, sorry. I think people like people who just don't know much about Trump just have like poor racial standards for him. They think he's a racist, you know. But if you do like a more research about him, you'll find that he's like not actually that bad of a guy, and he's actually a pretty decent president. So I think he's doing a good job, you know.
And I said it yesterday, we want to stay away from politics, so I just want to say one last thing. Like you said, Tristan, like everyone has a bad stereotype for him, and everyone's bad view on him. But I saw a video of a guy who was like, I was against him just because of the stereotypes. I'm gay, I'm Mexican, and I'm African American. So it's like I just felt I had to go against him, but I was like, why am I going against him? And he looked it up and he did research on him, and he's in every Trump rally, he spoke to Fox News. So I feel like people get a bad rep on him, and yes, he sometimes does make smart comments. I feel like he gets an unnecessarily bad rep for stuff he doesn't do.
Yeah, unnecessary amount of hate, because like he's not a terrible person. Like there was a lot of false claims, but yeah. So I think we're gonna steer away from politics.
Away from politics, I wanna. This isn't about politics. This is sort of about COVID, but so obviously like sports is a huge thing in this country, and I mean it brings a lot of people together, and I feel like so the NHL, for example, is taking 24 teams for playoffs in July instead of typical like however many make it. Do y'all think that's like fair, or do you think it should have just been like by power standings?
I personally think like if they're gonna reduce the teams, and like there's gonna be like a smaller playoffs, and there's not gonna be like people are not going to get the chance, teams are not going to get the chance. They just shouldn't have a playoff, in my opinion. Like, sure, it would make them money, but like it's unfair to like the teams that actually want to win. Like it may boost like economic standards for like NBA, but like it won't for like some teams, you know.
Well,
Like,
here's the thing with that though. You know, it's how many teams are there in the NHL? I'm not a big hockey guy, but if they're letting in 24, and Taylor, how many teams are in the NHL?
31, I think. Yeah, 31 teams.
All right, if there are 31 teams, that's only 11 teams that aren't getting in. So that's basically the teams that had no chance of getting in the playoffs to begin with. So I honestly don't think that that's very unfair. And
The
I think
Rangers
the
are in it,
teams.
and they suck.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. My Rangers are in there, and they're not very
It's
good.
so bad. They have Zibanejad and Panarin, but that's it. There's 2 players.
But apparently the Rangers are gonna get good in the next few years, from what I've heard.
They have the youngest team in the NHL.
Yeah.
you know, it was it's very interesting like seeing like which sports are like getting affected the hardest by this.
NFL said they have no intention of changing, like they might not do fans, but they plan to start in September, like they
Yeah,
normally do.
like yeah,
So
I
it'll
mean,
just feel like a big. So every game will just feel like a Chargers game, huh?
From what everyone
Rams game.
no, like what I think about like the NBA and the NFL being canceled is like both of them are like pretty hard contact sports. No one really thinks of basketball as like a hard contact sport, but everyone's like up on each other, and it's like not to be gay or anything, but like it's a
Yeah.
it's a contact sport, you know.
No, I think
I wouldn't call it a contact sport, but you are definitely in
hockey's a
close
contact
proximity.
no. I
I-
think basketball is worse than football when it comes to contact because
You know, like I think it'd be easier to wear a mask under a helmet than it is to like
you have a help. Well, first of all, no one should be playing or doing any physical activities with a mask on.
yeah, it'd be hard to breathe, especially
I was in a store with Ben the other day, and I mean, it was hot in there, and I had a mask on, and it was already hard to breathe. Imagine, running around.
Yeah, you can't. Basketball players are already running up and down, and you can't have people like basketball, track, running backs, wide receiver. You can't have people doing that.
The only sports you can play right now, which they actually have been playing, is golf and tennis, and they've been playing golf. So
Yeah, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady's golf game.
that was hilarious. That was.
Tennis.
You also watched that.
I
Peyton
didn't
all the
watch
way.
that.
All
Peyton
non.
Manning's so funny.
yeah, I think sports should just like wait like till there's more like insurance for them that like it would be safe.
Well,
and it'll be fine.
NHL is the only league that's officially said they're resuming in July, and
I
they're
think-
gonna play in Vegas.
I
Yeah.
think that as long as all the players get tested and they're quarantining themselves, they should be allowed to play, you know?
Yeah, there's just like way too many variables that could go wrong. Like, what if someone like has it, like one of the staff members of the stadium, and like it somehow happens to get to one of the players? Like, there's so many things that
He
could
is
go
right.
wrong, but there's so many things
Yeah.
that like could not go wrong. You know, like it could work out so well.
I feel like if we're
But-
careful enough with it and we take enough time, then we're honestly good.
Honestly, I think fans, if you separated it well enough, would work. But
Nah, I
like,
think that's a
being
little too
precautious,
risky.
we shouldn't.
There's no way they could work security with that many fans, especially with sports being canceled. They all want to watch it. It just wouldn't work for me. Like, fans should just be a no-go, and there should be minimal
I
staff
think
at the
first
stadium.
the first professional sports league game that comes back on, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, hockey, is going to be the most viewed thing on TV in a couple of years. That's like
Yeah.
ever.
German
you know,
soccer league is back.
I know, but like
Didn't
no
know
one
that.
watches that.
Well, Bundesliga is actually the second, like, the third biggest.
Yeah, Bundesliga is like one of the
League.
biggest watched football leagues, because like it's just very interesting. There are really good teams in Bundesliga.
I think the NFL should just resume in September, and that should be the first
See,
game.
like when playing in football, like my opinion, I might be wrong, but like you could either be playing like no contact at all in football, or you could be playing like the most contact sport. Like if you're kicking in a kickoff, like you're not having much contact. But if you're like a lineman, you're getting a lot of contact. You know, that's just my opinion on it. Like,
I think I think in terms of contact when it comes to football, the contact when it comes to football is a lot more than something like
hockey. It's a
no.
lot more frequent. But hockey, if
I
there's
think
contact, it's typically like a lot heavier.
no, I think the contact in football is gonna be a lot more than something like I don't know. I think sports that can come back are stuff that has nothing to do with like touching each other. So
If I'm gonna
like
be honest, like
What sport is that though?
basketball's
Bowling.
gonna be really hard to come back because no matter which way you look at it, basketball players are always up on each other, they're always playing D, they're always like, pushing against each other, and you're always like breathing on each other. But like in NFL,
They're
like
planning. They want to bring it back in July at Disney. But
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna
but
work.
like in NFL, like it's kind of harder to spread germs because there's helmets blocking your like spit and stuff like that.
Yeah, but still, you're still getting skin to skin contact.
Yeah.
You're still using the same ball.
But if
Yeah,
every like player wore
in
gloves,
basketball,
like I think it'd be a lot. Like if every player wore like what do you like?
No. I think sports like football and basketball should just wait it out. But
Yeah,
sport-
I agree.
I think the Olympics resuming in 2020 minus a couple of sports like wrestling.
Baseball can resume for sure. That there's not that much contact there.
Yeah, baseball.
I wouldn't
can
take a
resume.
chance on baseball. I wouldn't take a
I
chance
feel
on
like
a
I feel like it's all sports or no sports.
Yeah, I
No.
mean like for like someone who
I think,
plays
like,
tennis,
come
like,
back.
for
know,
someone
it
who
will be
plays
kinda
tennis, like
cool,
you
though.
can't really. There's no contact at all unless you like touch the ball with your hand. But it's really
We
hard.
might get to see football, basketball, baseball, and hockey all tie into the same season.
That would be
Yeah.
really cool.
That would it would be cool, but at the same time, you have to think about
It
now.
wouldn't be cool. It wouldn't be cool for the commissioners of each sport because the view rates would be down. Because some people rely on watching certain sports at certain times.
No,
Yeah.
if
You
all
know,
four sports came
I
back,
think
then,
if
like
sports came
the
back,
NHL
it
would be the least
stop.
watched one.
I think if sports came back, it
I
would
think
like
MLB.
fix
No,
a
I
lot
think
of
So many
problems.
people watch baseball.
Yeah, baseball is like a really hardcore thing in like America, and all over the world.
Doggy.
I'll tell you, if there's gonna be like a major NBA game or a major NFL game on like one of the nights, like say a protest is going on, like people will not go to that protest. They're gonna watch the game. In my opinion, that's what's gonna
That's a
happen.
good point.
Like I think bringing back sports now would be like crucial to stopping protests. And I
Well,
mean
what-
riots.
I mean,
protests are good.
like-
Riots are not. In my opinion.
I mean, I understand why they're rioting, but the thing is, it's spreading COVID.
Yeah, I think we should
Uh,
like.
Quite a
Like,
bit.
think about the looting.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
going on.
okay. I think we're gonna stray away from sports for a second and like go to the Black Lives Matter and what's happening in like major cities right now. I'm just gonna start off by saying I don't agree with looting because it's just you're using it as you're using the Black Lives Matter movement as an excuse to loot, and that's just not
Yeah,
okay.
it's like a crutch for free stuff.
Yeah, it's a
You know
crutch
who
for
we've
free
seen
stuff.
in a looting party?
What were you saying, Taylor? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
You know who we've seen looting?
Who?
Who?
Caught looting with the Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
I know Jake Paul like completely denied it too. I saw the tweet.
Yeah,
There.
that was insane. I was like, what the? 'Cause people
People
love
are robbing
juice to
shoe
begin with.
stores just to take shoes.
Yeah,
People
people are.
robbing Apple store, jewelry stores.
Target is like I feel like it's been hit the hardest so because Target has everything you could possibly want.
Yeah, but they don't care.
Come
Like
on,
they have
yeah.
so much money.
I know Target's a very rich company. Like
Walmart
all the big superstores like Target, Walmart, I wouldn't say like Stop and
Kmart.
Shop and shit like that are getting hit very hard, but I live in a town where there's no protests going on, so there's
There's a protest in my town earlier today.
no way actually. Did you like see it? Were you near it?
My sister saw it. I haven't left the house today.
Oh, I got it.
But my sister went to go get breakfast with my dad, and over 1,000 people in my town. And I live in a small town, like from a small town. But
Yeah.
it was like 1,000 people, and a lot of my friends were posting on their stories. They were there.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think it was really cruel. I'm gonna just touch on like George Floyd for a second. I think it was really cool what the cops did. Like he shouldn't have died because like that should never happen. Like that should
Hold
never
up.
happen. if a cop does that to just any person, like if so, like a black cop had a grudge against like a white person and they did that, like that'd be frowned on upon. But it's just not good. Like it's a very bad time right now.
Yeah, I think we should stray away from this topic.
I think we
It's
should
like-
change the
Just
subject.
kind of like moving on. Can
All right, I'm gonna edit this out. Okay.
yeah.
All right,
Please
past
do.
5
you
seconds.
Said, I think
Hold up,
it
hold up,
was
hold up.
cool. You literally went,
Cool.
I think it was cool what that cop did.
No, I said
No.
it was cruel.
Oh,
CRUEL.
sounded like cool.
Oh, cruel. Okay.
I think it's cool with that.
We could keep this in, to be honest.
No. But like, okay,
No.
I'll clip it.
Nah,
I'll clip it.
Bro,
Take literally.
no.
Okay.
Keep it in.
most of that.
We'll keep it in. We'll
Like-
keep it in. It doesn't matter. It's raw footage. All right.
It's raw, yo.
Okay.
Podcasts are raw.
It's
Gotta
raw.
get
All
used to
right.
it, guys.
Sorry for that. Okay. All right. I
Nah,
meant to
it's
say cruel. And
We
shut up,
said-
Taylor.
All right. Everyone stop.
Back on
Tristan
track,
said
back
the
on
cop
track.
was cruel, messed up. That's that. That's it.
All right. Back on
Alright,
topic. Back on
who's talking
topic. It's a fucked subject. We shouldn't really be talking about it. We're way too young to talk about it. And this is what's gonna happen. All right.
Yeah.
It sucks what happened. He didn't deserve to die. But the rioting and the looting should not also be happening. The protests, if you're doing it peacefully, it's fine. Keep it like that. All right, that's the end of those like riot and protest like debate right there. All right, that's the end
To
of
be
that.
honest, guys, I think that should be it for the podcast. I think
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up for the night.
Yeah,
got
we're
some
gonna
good
wrap it up
topics
here.
in, but
This is just gonna be like
I'ma-
if there's nothing,
I'ma
there's not
just-
gonna be editing of this. Like it's just gonna be raw.
I'm
Raw
gonna
voices.
sign off.
There was
This
no
is Ben,
no cursing.
Jack, myself, Mark, Tristan, and Taylor.
Signing out. Have a good
We're
night,
gonna
guys.
Yeah, I
hopefully
mean,
be live again
I
soon.
just wanna,
we go
like,
three,
we'll
air 3
probably-
days a week,
okay.
and make sure you follow our Twitter.
All right, I'm just
If
gonna
anyone
give a
wants to say
little,
anything.
give a little insight of like when the next podcast would be. It'll probably be this Saturday, because or maybe Friday. You know, Friday could be a good time.
Uh,
for all
As
of
as we can.
I think we should make it Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, because Saturday I'll be with Mr. Jack.
Yeah,
I'll have my
And I'll be
a
off
good
work.
mic.
So
Yeah,
alright,
Saturday's good.
we'll
That's
see you
when
guys
the next one.
Saturday.
There'll probably be
yeah.
no one. This is just a pilot episode. If anyone watches this, great. Just expect more podcasts in the future. All right, signing off. Bye.